Hi all, Tom here. This is just a little video to take you up to speed with what's been happening in the Crawford family basically. 6 weeks ago we had a meeting down London, very well attended, and they want more because they don't get the sort of information that we give. The rest of the country does, but unfortunately London is a bit of a void. But they're very appreciative of all the speakers that come along. We also had a meeting in Nottingham, once again very well attended and very well received. It was to do with the rule of law. There's going to be another meeting coming up in November, and that's going to be a conference. So really looking forward to that one, and more information will be put up about that. Now, we also had 2 court cases. I was in the magistrate's court just over a month ago in connection to getting on my roof, and from that we basically had a court hearing for, it was directions. It was very amicable. We agreed to disagree and we went on our merry way. In between the dates being set for the next hearing, I put in a mention into the magistrate's court, and that's in Nottingham, and I sat outside and waited with a small group of us, and along came a magistrate, and he said, "Oh, hello Tom," and I looked up, I went, "Oh, hello, how are you?" Now I was due to go into court too, and lo and behold, this magistrate walked into court too, and this particular magistrate I've been before, and he's a very nice man. I was found not guilty, and I thought, great, he knows about the case of the rooftop 6+1, my case, so I won't have to explain. But unfortunately, 10 minutes later, the usher came over to me and said, "Oh, Mr. Crawford, we've had to move you to number 1. And I said, "What?" The magistrate didn't want to deal with my case. So I thought, oh no, who have I got now? So I went into court, an absolute brilliant magistrate. What transpired was, I'd call a mention to lay before the magistrate details from when I was on the roof. Number 1, I was there charged with being committing criminal damage, but I presented to the judge, I gave a plastic envelope to the usher, I told him to give that to the CPS, a young lad. He looked at it and sort of slumped back in his chair. Now, during the proceedings we went round and round in circles, coming back to the fact that it is Sue and my house. And the magistrate for the 5th time said, "I don't know what you've given the CPS." So I told the CPS to stand up and show the magistrate exactly what I gave him and describe it. And I also put it on the record. Although it's not a court of record, the court clerk does take notes, and she's got to when she's told to. And this she duly did. Unfortunately, it was evidence of something I took out of the house. Now, as I said to the magistrate, I couldn't have damaged the tile if it's my house, and this that I've just presented to the CPS, unfortunately I can't tell you what it is either mine because it's in my property, or it's not, and it's somebody else's. So it's either Sue in my house or it's somebody else's, and you have to charge me with burglary. Well, he said it was down to the CPS, and the CPS remained very much silent. I said it'd be like me in here shooting the CPS and being charged with stealing the gun, which is total nonsense. You can't charge somebody with a lower crime than has taken place. So they got prima facie evidence, and they've got a confession, and they still won't charge me with burglary. But what transpired in that court case was absolutely brilliant. I presented information before the court. I also laid information for private prosecution, because I had a captive audience there, because normally it's very difficult to get in. The gatekeepers try and stop us, but this time he was there. I presented it to him and I showed him fraud, and after that he warmed to us. And he said, and I want you to try and understand exactly what he's saying here, Mr. Crawford, well, it does appear that the whole case will depend on who owns the property. I couldn't have written that. He's absolutely spot on, and he's correct, and that's exactly what's going to happen there. But there's another point. Because they've charged me, it is down to them to prove that I don't own the property. This they can't do, and we've got the evidence to prove that it is our property. So really looking forward to this. In between, I waited for the CPS to get back about the burglary, because as he knows, I wanted a jury. I phoned the CPS once again. They put me in touch with the police. I phoned the police, then I phoned the CPS, and it was a game of ping pong. In the end, the CPS put me in touch with a police officer that was dealing with the case, and he said, under no circumstances are we going to charge you with burglary. They are stopping the average man getting access to justice. That's what they're doing. Getting access to a jury. Sue and myself and my family, well, we are homeless. We've been battling, we can't get justice. We've been trying, we can't get justice. We've come across criminal judges, and I mean criminal, and they will eventually be taken to book and prosecuted. We've come across criminal banks and solicitors, and the activity of the police is also criminal. So the court case is on the 13th of September. Now this is us getting closer and closer to what we want. So please come along and witness what's going on. We know some of the baddies are going to turn up, so and we know who they are. But come along, witness it, see that justice is being done, and then tell your friends in Greece, in Ireland, and in other places. People are now standing up to these criminal fraternities. So we've got to do the same now. And this is just another little step in the Crawfords' efforts to battle for justice. So see you there on the 13th, and it's looking good, because we never ever expected in our wildest dreams that a magistrate would turn around and say it all depends on who owns it. And of course, it's Sue and my house. Bye.